we use that to say, let's improve. It's okay to fail. If we have failed, if it was a bad day and we messed up on a specific booking, we learn from it and we try to do better on the next one.
Are you looking to clean your space, want to renovate your house, or you just want someone to oversee the project while you're away? What if I told you that you don't have to stitch anymore because I have someone for you? Today, I'll sit down with Levy Hamukoto, the co-founder of Kosha Cleaning Services. They do much more, not only cleaning, but they can renovate and oversee your project while you're away. I'm your host, Sich, and this is Africa Speaks. Hi, Levy. Welcome to Africa Speaks.
Thank you, Sich.
So let's start off on a personal note. Who is Levy Hamukoto?
Well, you said it so right. I'll just reintroduce myself, though you already mentioned my full name. Levy Hamukoto is my full name, also known as Tate Kosha. I really don't know how I got that name, but yeah, I'm acceptive to the name. You can call me Tate Kosha. So basically, I grew up in a farm town, small farm town called Grootfontein. Lies up north in the Otsjupa region of Namibia. So basically, I consider myself as an opportunist. That, in short, that's Tate Kosha. Yeah.
All right, Levy, let's get to why they call you Tate Kosha. So Kosha, when was it established and what was the inspiration behind it?
So looking on registration-wise, I think the company was officially registered in 2017. So that's where we kicked off with all the ideation, planning. But however, we only officially kicked off with operations in 2018, in February. So just a brief about the company. It's the core business. It's cleaning. So Kosha Services is a full company name, but it got to have a brand as Kosha Cleaning Services. So ideally, what we do, we provide. Basically, we look at ourselves as a home and office space company. So we focus on spaces, whether it's a office space or a home space. We basically do our business around the space. So the first model, we started off with cleaning. So we do cleaning in those spaces. We also have other services providing products or supplying products to those spaces. Like I said, we just focus on the spaces. So products, I'm actually focusing on cleaning products. So yeah, ideally that's what Kosha is. In short, it's just not a cleaning company, but we call ourselves a space company because we focus on space.
Yeah, so it's not only cleaning, because I was checking your Instagram and you also do gardening.
Yes. We also do gardening. We have renovations services. We basically have a new product that we launching sometime in a few months. It's called Kosha Express Renovations.
Okay.
It basically focuses on renovating the beautiful spaces that we have for people. But yeah, we can get into that at a later stage.
All right.
Yeah.
The name Kosha, and me being a Vambo, I know the meaning.
Yeah.
But can you tell me why the name Kosha and what does Kosha actually mean?
So in my vernacular language, which is Oshuambo, Kosha is basically to wash. So like I said, the idea started off with starting up a cleaning company. And our thinking was always that we wanted to be unique in all that we do. So even by the name, how we started off, we're like, we want to be unique and also build a brand.
Yeah.
So we came up with the name Kosha because if I hear about Kosha, basically what comes to my mind? Washing. Yeah. So we're like, well, we are a core business of cleaning, so let's Kosha. Yeah. That's
so you were busy mentioning we, and behind the scenes, you told me that you are not alone. You are a co-founder.
Yeah.
So who do you work with? Who's the other co-founder?
So I do have a couple of shareholders that I have in terms of document-wise, though I do have a community as well that helps me build the business. And in terms of shareholding, I do have a team of, we are 5 in total, a mixture of male and female. And on top of that, like I said, we basically consider that whoever is involved in the business is basically also a business owner, especially our employees. We consider them as part of we. Yeah.
So they probably call you Tate Kosha because you are the face, I believe.
I think so.
Oh, Kosha.
I think that's how I got the name because I'm always everywhere with Kosha. Basically, it's I love the brand. So I always wear the brand wherever I go.
You're wearing it then.
Exactly.
So when you started out, did you start out in the space or at the beginning of maybe 2017, 2018, when you worked from somewhere else before you expanded into this space?
So basically, our model is quite a little bit different. We don't really need an office space, so to say. Also, and not really everyone understands how that works, because with my whole team that I have, I don't get to see them every day, whether it's administration team, whether it's a marketing team, or the actual people that do the cleaning. We don't see each other. We just have systems to make sure that we actually get to the job where we need to get to. So kicking off, obviously we did have an office space where we do the administration, but we don't really keep people in the office. If we're looking at our employees, basically when we deal with domestic workers, we call them our pros, professionals, because we want to empower them. So we don't get to see our pros on a daily basis. A month can go, or 3 months where I've not seen in a pro of my team. Yeah.
I want to understand, because you said you deal with spaces, right? But Kosha also involves washing of clothes, washing of couches. So do these people, when they go to the person's place, are they using that person's products to wash their stuff?
Great. So we have developed the business to be flexible. At the end of the day, what we sell is the experience. And we are not really selling you the cleaning. We want you to enjoy the experience that we are giving you. So with that, it's a flexible option to say that we can give you the labor as an example. We come with the labor and the equipment. If you would like to save a cost, we can advise you on what products to buy. And we'll come and basically use those products. Alternatively, because of convenience, which is also a selling point, we would conveniently come with our products because we know what works best. So it's flexible. We can use our own materials. It even comes to a point of we can come with our brooms, or we can use your broom. We can come with our bucket, or we use your bucket. So it's a flexible, basically service approach. But that is set out when a client is basically making a booking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm a client right now and I want to use your services, how do I go about booking your services?
Great. With technology, or from the get-go, we have a platform, basically a website, where it's a self-portal. You basically put in everything in terms of, if you want a house cleaning service, for an example, you get to input the number of bedrooms you want cleaned, your location, your extra features, maybe on top of the fridge. So all that is done through our website, just for convenience sake. So by the time we receive your request, we already know what exactly that you want. Alternatively, you give us a call on our office number, or you drop us a WhatsApp message, and then we'll take over to try to understand your specific needs. And I should say that every client is treated sort of differently. It might cost you $200, but it can cost somebody else $150 because of the different needs of the clients. So we try to understand the client's needs, and then we can give you basically a quotation that meets your standard needs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say that I would like one of your pros to work for me or to clean, maybe for a month. Do you have a limited duration of how long a pro can stay at a certain house or company?
So just to touch on the service offer, currently we're focusing on the cleaning services. So we do have two models that we use, or basically two service offers. We have one which we call on demand. On demand is basically you wake up that day on a Saturday and you feel like, gosh, I need my place cleaned. So let me dial Kosha. So there is no strings attached. You just give us a call, we send in someone and they clean. And then you find another client, which we consider a subscription. So you can subscribe to our services whereby you get, let's say, weekly offers. That's mainly, we have a flexible contract, which we say it's, again, we like using the concept of no strings attached. So you sign up for a subscription. As an example, you would like one to come in once a week. So once a week, we can send in a pro into your house. And because it's a space, and also because of the client relationship, clients prefer having one dedicated person that comes to their house because they know their house, They know how to place the carpet or where to place the cups. So we assign a dedicated pro to your space. And that person will be coming in on the days that we have agreed, whether it's twice a week, 3 times a week. And additionally, you should also expect we usually have the supervisors that come in on an ad hoc services just to make sure that everything or the client is being offered the service they deem. Also, just for client relationship, just to conversate with the client, how is the service? Do you want us to improve in a specific manner? So what we try to avoid is that we don't want a direct sort of communication or with our pro, because number one, I need to be frank that we obviously work with people. If we're looking at domestic workers, either sometimes they're really sensitive in terms of, they're also older people. You might be frustrated as a client and would want to, say, you didn't clean this well. Yeah. But in the manner that you're going to say it, they might not accept it or be happy with. We don't want tensions between a client and a pro. So what we do is that we become the middleman and say, if you have a problem as a client, please speak to the supervisor. The supervisor will then speak to the pro. But small things like, please do clean the fridge, those we can do. But if it's matters that, we don't want to cause tension. So you should also expect the supervisor to be coming into your house here and there. Alternatively, perhaps if that person falls sick, we'll make an arrangement to send in a different pro that can attend to your site.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your operating hours? Yeah.
Starting with the days, it's Monday to Saturday. We don't work on Sundays, just to get some rest. We are open from 8 until 5. Yeah, that's basically our operating days and hours.
You mentioned that you have a team of, pros that are working with you. Can you tell me the number of the pros that you have in Kosha Services?
Yeah, so just to give you a glance, we do have our main branches in Windhoek. We have also at some point expanded to the northern regions, which is Ongwendiva, Shakati, and Ondangwa. And then we have also gone out to Swakopmund and Walvish Bay. But at the moment, looking at the overhead, I think we can look at about, it's less than 30 all in total. That's a total count of, I think, the company overhead. Yeah.
And I was listening to somebody speaking that sometimes they don't really take team building as important in a company. But for you as a boss, how important is team building?
Great. I actually don't like considering myself as the boss.
Okay. The head. Is it for the cushion?
Yeah. Well, perhaps as a leader. And what we do, or what I've established, I think based on my knowledge, the team building helps us bond because we get so busy just with work. But you don't even get time to know each other. Like, who is this pro? What does the person do in their part-time? How is their family? How is the background? So if you basically see, we do our team building in different ways. If you have seen on our YouTube channel, is that we had a program that we call Sunday Sessions. That was also a form of to build a bond between our employees, and at the same time also try to basically communicate to our clients who our pros are. So that was also a form of team building. So what we did is that we go to the places of our pros. We sit with them on a one-on-one just to try and understand. And obviously some people were shy to say, no, I live in a shack. You guys cannot come here. And we're like, no, we want the true you.
Yeah.
We want to know you. Where do you live? Where do you come from? And clients should see this, that you wake up early in the morning from a shack, walk all the way to go service a client in Hockland Park, as an example. So like it's a way of bonding. So we do value team building, and we do that in so many various ways. So it's just not about going out to maybe a specific lodge, do some activities. We try to do it in various ways, also just to bond. Okay.
Yeah. Challenges, right? Every business obviously experiences challenges. So what are some of the challenges that you experience? And while you're on that, maybe you can also just touch on negative feedback from your customers and how you handle that.
I'll start from the last question. Feedback. I appreciate feedback very much. And myself in the company, my role is customer management relationship. and because I deem myself as a people's person. So basically, without feedback, there is no way how we're going to improve the business services. And there is no perfect, basically, person, like I said. So, well, if we're talking about feedback, it can be a negative feedback, which is actually good because what we do on a weekly basis is that we sit down, evaluate the past week. We try to collect all the feedback that we have received, whether it's positive or negative. So we drill down into that and say, what are we going to do to make it better? Because in the space where we are, in terms of the service offering, it's about customer service. That's the only thing that can set you apart. It's just customer service. If the service is not good, if a customer is not happy how they are handled by myself, by the pro, by the administration team, then there is no way they're going to make use of your service. So I appreciate feedback, whether it's negative or positive. And to get to the challenges, yes, there is quite, a number of challenges that one goes through at different seasons of running a company. I think I can touch on one, basically. A common one could be cash flow. As much as you want to do everything, sometimes you are limited to do everything because of cash flow, because you have people to pay, you have administration costs, you still have marketing costs and all that. So, and this sometimes it's resulted by either arrangements that you have with clients, also understanding the economic crisis, that sometimes clients might not pay on time. And obviously, if the client doesn't pay me on time, I'm also in I have to sacrifice or I run into a problem where I'm unable to pay either my suppliers, my contractors, or the employees, or anybody else that's a stakeholder in the business, because there's so many stakeholders around the business. You have the logistics team that also needs to be paid, as an example. You have your contractors, you have your suppliers of cleaning materials, you have a team that does marketing, as an example, and any other administration cost. So mainly what I can pick out is just cash flow. But yeah, you find ways on how to remodel and see how to beat around it.
Okay. And right now you're mentioning about marketing. So
Yeah.
how do you market Kosha Cleaning Services or Kosha Services?
I should say, let's give thanks to the digital era. We now have platforms where we can sell our services. The likes of Facebook, the Instagram, there's the Google, there's radio platforms as well. And so we try to use all forms of marketing, or all channels of marketing. We don't limit ourselves at all, whether we have to do offline activities. So we do basically take a lot of them. But most of it's social media,
And word of mouth.
and word of mouth, because especially in what we deal is that we sell ourselves as a trusted company. So what we do is we have taken people from I don't want to use the term street, but we have taken these domestic workers, these pros, and we brought them into the company. So that we are going to train you, and we are going to basically vet you, because before we even bring the person to become a pro, they need to be vetted, because we don't want to deal just with anybody. So as a client, you are given that convenience of, I can trust this company. So a lot of it goes with trust, and that's where the word of mouth also sells more, to say that, I just don't want anybody into my house. So don't you know of a person that I can use for cleaning? And they go like, no, there's Kosha. Oh, okay. No, I can trust them. I've used their services. They do a good job, or they did X and Y for me. Not to say that there's no days where you don't do a bad job. Obviously, it happens. But again, getting back to the component we were talking about, feedback, we use that to say, let's improve. It's okay to fail. If we have failed, if it was a bad day and we messed up on a specific booking, we learn from it and we try to do better on the next one.
I like asking my guests this: how has your business now, in this case, Kosha, how has it changed your life?
How has it changed my life? Well, I think a lot, in good and bad. Obviously, it has taken up my time, which is not a complaint, but other than I've learned a lot through that. I've learned how to manage people, because looking at the business that I run, I deal with older people in terms of the pros that we have. It's someone at the age of, let's say, my mom,
Yeah.
right? And now I need to manage that person and tell them, no, you need to do your job. You need to do this. I mean, you end up putting them into meetings, and all that just teaches you how to be a leader. So as quiet as it looks, just like it's just a cleaning company. There's quite a lot of processes or a lot of learnings that come out of this. So you learn relationship building, both with your employees, your clients, because you find different sets of clients. Some raise their voice, some and all that. So you learn how to manage the different types of people, basically in life. And yeah, that's what I can share.
All right. Someone is aspiring right now to be a businessman, to be a businesswoman. They want to start a business, but they're just so afraid of taking that risk. So what do you have to say to someone right now who wants to start a business, but really they just don't know where and how to start? You get talk to them. Right, looking to the camera.
Right. First thing first, it is good to say that I'm going to start a business. But what matters is that you need to have a plan. What is it that you want to do? You just don't see Levy selling sweets and then tomorrow you also decide I also want to sell sweets. So first you need to document what you want to do. You need to plan, and then you need to set out yourself. How am I going to be different from the other guy that's also selling the same sweets as I am? So if you want to do business, all I can advise is that you need to plan, seek advice from whoever you can, and ideally that's basically it. You just have to really speak to people. You don't want to do mistakes that people have already done. It's always good to speak to people that have gone through it, and you learn from their mistakes to avoid doing the similar mistakes. Yeah.
That's great advice. And I know somebody's taking notes with you. That's really, really great advice. Right now, before we just wind it up, what is the vision for Kosha Services? What is the vision? Where do you guys see yourself? What do you want to achieve?
Great. So we started in Windhoek, so to say. That was the core starting. We saw ourselves in the coast, we saw ourselves up north. And basically the vision is just to be across Africa. We want to go out there with the various services that we offer. Like I said, we do have a couple of other offerings that we have. And we just want to go out there, take the brand out, because our objective mainly is to help basically better the economic opportunities of our people, of our professionals. So our professionals, I'm talking about either our cleaners, as I call them, our plumbers, or our guys that do renovations. So we categorize them all as professionals. And all we want to do is just better their lives through the services that we offer. So we see ourselves doing that as a company across, we're looking at expanding really around Africa. Yeah.
I didn't ask you about your prices because I believe they will be available on the website. Is that correct?
Yeah, in terms of pricing, like I alluded earlier, is that it's sort of a custom approach. The price depends on what exactly that the person wants. Example, if I'm looking at washing your carpet, clients have different sizes of carpets. So you should expect a price range or a price difference. But other than that, our social media accounts are very friendly. We'll try to respond to your queries. You can always drop us a WhatsApp message or give us a call, and we'll try to assist you on time. And then we can give you a price.
Okay.
On that, yeah.
Getting in contact with you, where can people find you?
So I mentioned our website. That's if you go on Google, you can just search Kosha Services. So Kosha for washing, it's KOSHA and then services.com. If you put it in Google, it will come up.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you just go on all social media platforms. Kosha Services, it will still come up. Or I mentioned also a phone call. Our office number is we tried making it very simple. So it's 085 2, and then it's a 959595 until the end. So it's just 959595.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite easy.
We tried to make it catchy. So it's just an 085, and then 2, and then 959595.
Oh, there are 395.
Yeah.
Maybe I was going to keep going.
Well, you can keep going until you make it to a count of 10.
There's no more Danny.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Anyways, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to interview. And thank you so much for allowing Kosha to be put out there beyond the Namibian borders. And we wish you all the best and hoping that your vision will materialize and that you'll be beyond Namibia and going all over Africa.
Great. Thank you very much. And I think we can just close off with the new product that I said
The renovation.
Yeah, the renovation. So the concept is called the Kosha Express renovation. We call it express because we're trying to give you express services sort of on a quicker way. So what we're looking at is that we want to renovate your space, or we look at a client that wants to renovate a space. There might be a few pain points or challenges. Sometimes it's finance, or they just don't know where to start. They don't know who to use. They don't know how much it costs. How do I even start renovating my kitchen? And so we came up with a sort of consolidated product to say that we'll start from the phase of giving you finance to renovate your space. So we'll avail finances for you. And then at the same time, we'll manage the project in terms of we'll help you basically choose your good design. What is it that you want in your house? So we have a group of obviously architects or interior designers that can help you, visualize that. And then we'll give you the contractor, a professional contractor that's going to do the renovation. And then also we'll have a project manager that's going to manage the project. So ideally is to say that we want to keep everything in one room. We'll help you get you the finance, we manage the project for you, and we give you the value for your money. So that's ideally around the express renovation. Yeah. Other than because we have seen it, obviously, during our market research with facts, is that you find clients that have started projects in the house, as an example, and it goes like, no, I can use my cousin. He's the guy that can put in cupboards. And then so you had a budget for it, let's say 50,000. You wanted to renovate your kitchen or your bathroom, and you call in this cousin Simon to come in and just for him to mess up. So you lost your money. Now you need to rebuy the stuff. Or you get into things of guys not measuring the right stuff. Tomorrow they come back, no, we need to buy again another extra. So there is really no one controlling the project to say, we need to start it right from the beginning. We need to get the right people to do it so that we don't waste money, because we are not going to waste money. We don't want to do that. If you have a budget for something, you just want to stick within that budget, and you want to get basically the value for money. Again, like I said, we just aim to making spaces beautiful. So yeah, that's it on the Kosha Express renovations.
Should anything go wrong, you guys will be held accountable.
Yes, we'll be held accountable. And additionally on that is that we are insured. So as an example, if we are renovating your house and a geyser possibly burst or something, so our guys that come on site are insured on anything that they are working on. So there is an insuring company that can basically help assist in terms of, because accidents can happen. We can't say that it can happen. So should that happen, there is an insuring company that can compensate for such damages.
Okay. And you said you plan to launch these services, right?
So we have kicked off, but officially we're going to kick off in the month of March, which is just tomorrow. So we have two markets we're looking at. We have the urban areas, and then we also have the rural, because somebody is also willing to build in the village. So if you are in Windhoek and you don't constantly have to be every other weekend you're driving to the village just for a project of building, because there's that concept of perceive that if you are not there, the guys are not going to do the job. And you are just afraid like, okay, I need to go home to check up on these guys that are working on my project. So we relieve that, and we give you the community so that you can stay in Windhoek or wherever you are, and we'll help you build your dream house in your specific town or wherever. So yeah, it's a convenience that we're trying to solve. And also it comes back to, you can trust a company like a professional to run that administration for you.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's actually very, but thank you. Anything else you want to add before I close up?
No, that's basically it. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and I appreciate it.
All right. You're welcome.
Great.
All right, folks. That's all we have for you today on Africa Speaks. So if you need your carpets washed or you need to renovate your house, whatever that you need, you can come to Kosha Services in Windhoek. But you can call them, find them on their social website. Remember to follow us on our socials. That will be Henna TV on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you next time.